found on Facebook Marketplace free porch pickup a Shark Euro Pro, and all the information I really got was something like, you figure it out. So let's see if we can figure it out. Now, for something this old, I'm going to guess, probably going to be a battery and electrical issue. Not too sure. This is plugged in. Not like that really means a whole lot if the battery's bad. So, here, let me push this. Nothing here. Ugh. Kind of creaky. Push it again. Nothing happens. Not getting any lightage activity. All right, let's take a look at these. I've seen so many of these in thrift stores. Let's see, get it so it's not completely upside down. All right, how about that? Now, you think we can somehow magically figure out what the year is by looking at that? So I'm not looking at the camera right now, so I'm not too sure myself. Well, it has this brush roll. Okay. So when I turn it, the little side horizontal spinning brush roll moves. All right, nifty. Feels like there's some kind of a mechanical connection there. I've never taken a close look at these at all, so I can't really comment on this. So I'm sure we're going to have to take it apart, without a doubt. So it is intact, but I'm going to guess that probably something electrical. Here's the battery cover right in there. So kind of a short introductory video for a very old and well used and abused Shark Euro Pro. Let me see if I can show you a few electrical tests at once. The power adapter says output 12 volts, 1000 milliamps. That would be 12 watts. So even if no current is going to be passing through, we should see some voltage coming out of here. So let's see, what do we got? All right, so my tach life says 12.2 volts. All right, that's great. It does have power output, so most likely this charger is just fine. Let's go ahead and plug this in. Now, I haven't checked the battery compartment. It's entirely possible that there's no battery in here, or the battery's dead, or maybe the charging circuit's dead. And I can see that it's not actually pulling anything more than 0.2 watts, which is what the idle power drain of this wall wart is. So we're definitely not getting any charging. So I've hooked in my jumper leads, and I have this little power supply. So I think I can show you some more diagnostics live. So I have a little switch over here. You can barely see it, says volts current. So the unit is off right now, and I'm sending it, let's see, 6, 7, 8, about 8.5 volts, and there's no current because I haven't depressed the switch. I don't know if a fuse is blown or what, but let me see what's going on here. All right, I'm going to click the switch. All right, now you see the current's gone all the way over to 1 amp, and obviously nothing's happening. So I'm not sure if the motor's dead or if it's a fuse problem or whatnot, but it is drawing, 1 amp at, oh, okay, so the voltage has gone way down. So it's drawing 1 amp into a short. So that might explain something. If I turn it off, the voltage comes back up. Now you can see it. Focus. Oh, come on, here we go. Yep. So there's fuse, right? Says R1 down there. You got a transistor, diode, a couple of resistors. There's your LED. Here's your foot switch. That's just your power connectors. All right, so that will make proper contact when your handle is reclined. And then here's your charging port. Here's the motor. And that's everything that's printed on the motor. There's nothing printed on either side. And the motor seems to work just fine. You know what? Maybe I'll hook power directly up to the motor and see if it spins. That's an idea. What I have now is direct connectivity right to the motor. So let's go and let's see, make sure we have power. And I've set the current to about 1 amp max. Let's go and increase the voltage and let's see if this thing spins. Oh, I heard a noise. You're not going to be able to hear it. It went, ugh. Yeah, see, I'm increasing the voltage, and the needle's just moving this tiny little bit. Here, I'll show you the current. That's the current. By the way, the voltage is in blue here on top, and the current is in fractions of an amp down here in red on the bottom. So you see that swing over? So it means I think we have some type of a short somewhere. So that's swinging over to about 1 amp, and I can give it plenty of voltage and whatnot, and of course you just saw the current go all the way over, and there's just nothing there. That's a direct connection. Now, just in case something on this circuit board is shorting it out, I'm going to go ahead and clip the red wire there. So now it's not in the circuit anymore. Let's try it again, just in case some of the weird circuitry magic in there was actually shorting stuff out for some reason on purpose. Okay. let's go ahead and see if we can increase voltage now. Nope. So the current is way over to an amp. Voltage isn't moving at all. And it's certainly free to spin, but nope. Yeah, we don't have anything here. No activity whatsoever. And we do have connectivity with these alligator clips because, frankly, we can see it drawing an amp. So it should do something. Here, I'll give it, hey, it's not going to get any more broken, right? I'll max it out maybe a little more than an amp. Maybe an amp and a half, something like that. It's kind of maxing it out. I'll give it a bunch more volts. Is it going to do anything? Oh. There we go. It's going. Uses more than an amp, I tell you that. I don't believe it. So this is 4 volts. Let me turn the current down a little bit. I'm going to set it at 1 amp. Geez, it's still 4 volts. Okay, so this thing must pull a lot more than an amp. All right, so let's see what we can do. Now we're going to be way over an amp. More current, more current. The current's over there, but I can't get the voltage to go above 5. Yeah, it won't do it. Yeah, current's too high. It's only sitting about 5 volts. Well, how about that? Well, I'm still not so sure that the motor is actually in good health. That's for sure. Okay, playing with this a little bit more, let's actually check the brush roll torque. So, I still think we have a problem with the motor. So it's got plenty of current going to it. Voltage, it just doesn't want to do much of anything. So I have to kind of get it started manually. I have to kick it over. So if I just lay my hand on it gently, yeah, it would never work on carpet. I mean, I'm hardly doing anything. I can just about stop it with a finger. And if it stops, it doesn't want to start on its own. So I'm certainly giving it plenty of juice, but it doesn't have any torque left at all. Yeah, so I think this Shark Euro Pro has pretty much had it. All right, took it apart a little further. I just wanted to make sure that the brush roll wasn't jammed in any way, shape, or form. So there's one bearing, such as it is. Here's the other side. So the brush roll itself is not impeding the motor spinning at all. This spins relatively easy. It's a little hard to do it right here, but yeah, it's not binding or anything like that, and believe it or not. So just the heck of it, here's one end, and the other end you can't easily get off because it looks like that. So here's the motor completely out, directly connected, and yes, it still has quite an issue. So let's see. Let's go and crank up the voltage. See, it won't even start. So it has this current draw right here. See it go over? There's current, there's voltage, and it won't even start. The start torque is just gone. Yeah, you have to give it a little bit of help. And if I take it up to operating voltage, I'll take it up to say like 8 volts. Yeah. Maybe around 700 milliamps it's maxing out at 8 volts. Yeah, I can stop it with my fingers. And it's just sitting there. Now it'll start again if I give it a little help. So yeah, the motor shot. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this puppy out. Let's give it a decent burial. Can I force a charge on this battery pack? Let's see. Give it a little voltage. Now let's add a little current. Looking good. Okay, let's take it over to an amp or 1,000 milliamps. And let's see, what's our voltage? Yep, it's starting to take a charge. You can see the voltage actually rising a little bit. And I've got the current limited to, it's a little hard for you to see there. So the current's limited at 1 amp. And yeah, look at that, voltage is going up. So ideally, this thing would, let's see, here's the charging wall wart. And if you remember, it's, we can get that to focus. It's 12 volts at 1,000 milliamps or 1 amp. So we can just kind of duplicate that. Look at that, the voltage is actually coming right up. Started real low, and now we're up to like 9 volts. Still charging around an amp. These switches are a little dirty. This is a very old Elenco. It works, but need to clean the switches. Yep. Common problem. Okay, so we're at 6, 7, 8, 9. We're at 9 volts. Let's see, can I give it... Giving it a full amp at 9 volts. So, I hate to say it, but this battery pack could probably take a charge. Now, who knows how long it would hold a charge for. You know, it's a number of years old. It's probably well more than a decade old is my guess. Well, some hours later, I used this to force charge the battery by hooking these leads up to it. And the battery took a charge. So let's see, I have everything back together, more or less. I'm still gonna go ahead and throw it away because the motor doesn't have enough torque. But jam the battery back in there. Still kind of warm from its several hour forced charging session. So let's see what happens. Not sure if I left the switch, which is underneath here, in the on or off position. Let's find out. Okay, let's see, does it spin? Oh, wait a minute. Want to get it together a little better than that. Is there a better way here? All right, this is just for testing. Wow, okay. Can I see the LED light up? Huh, I don't see any LED action right here. Maybe that's for charging. But there it goes. Well, now that's not half bad. But yeah, sorry, still tossing it out. You know what? Let me see if this thing will actually charge. Okay, if we take a look at the charging system, such as it is. I'll plug it in. See that it's not changing. Well, okay, it moved from 0.2 watts to 0.3 watts. It's like, whatever. But this light doesn't work at all. Now, that could be another busted LED. I would assume that it would probably be a charge light. I don't know. I haven't looked it up. So everything kind of more or less works, but it looks like the charging system is a no-go. See you later. And that's it.